Good morning, honorable members. The time is now 9 o'clock, scheduled for us to start our meeting. May I then confirm committee support if we've got the required number to proceed?
Recording in progress.
Yes, Chair, we have 5 members, but we do not coordinate to take a vote on the program. But maybe in the meantime, it's up to Chair if we can just look at the program for now until waiting for other members. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Members, given the number we have, maybe whilst we have the support staff following up on 1 or 2 members who are not yet on the platform, we probably should start. We've requested to proceed with the meeting this morning virtually, also understanding that honorable members will also be required in their party caucuses as Thursday is allocated for such a task. So the intention is not to be here for long. So I would then suggest that we at least get the program presented, which is meant to also help the public to follow. Otherwise, members would have received the draft program well in advance. Surely they'll be able to make comments. So I would want to proceed from that point if we're all agreed, whilst we try and get the member to make the 6 that approves the program. Are we agreed, members, that we could at least start the meeting and at the time of making the decision, establish that indeed that time we have the numbers required to pass the program?
Chairperson, Honorable Van der Walt, I agree we can start with that because we all have to be in a caucus at 10.
Yes, that's why I'm saying should. Thank you, Honorable Van der Walt. I take it that there is no objection. So if there's no objection.
No objection, Chair. Morning to you, Chair, and all honorable members. No objection.
Yes, no objection, Chair.
Thank you. Given that there's no objection, let's then deal with the formalities of opening the meeting. Just to remind ourselves, honorable members, all participants on the platform, fellow South Africans who are following the deliberations of the committee on the platforms created by Parliament. Just to remind ourselves that this is a continuation of the meeting we held yesterday, and we had an emergency to evacuate the building where we're meeting, and therefore agreed that we'll reconvene the meeting, but on a virtual platform instead of it being physical. For that purpose, members are reminded that the rules of the National Assembly on meetings convened on this platform do apply. In this case, all members and all participants on the platform are reminded that at all times we have to ensure that our mics are muted and video camera are switched off until you are recognized by the chairperson. At the time that you are recognized to speak, you'll then proceed to unmute your mic, switch on your video camera. In situations where we are experiencing network connectivity challenges, you'll indicate to the chairperson for permission to switch off the video camera so as to maximize the bandwidth and be able to proceed in that score. Of course, there may be situations where members or participants would lose connectivity and have to reconnect to the platform. Ensure at any given time when you reconnect that your video camera is off, as well as your mic is muted, as mics are sensitive and could therefore pick up background sounds that may disrupt the meeting. Point of orders are allowed in terms of the rules. However, you would have to raise your hand using your gadget. In that score, if the chair is unable to recognize the hand, the committee support will also assist in this regard. Once recognized by the chair, then proceed to unmute your mic and video camera. Raise the point of order on which the chairperson could rule upon in terms of the rules. However, members, we are advised that we do not have a point of orders to a point of collapsing the meeting on this platform. So it's important to just understand that part of the rules. And I take it that would observe this so as to maximize our time in the meeting. I would, without further waste of time, just go straight to apologies that may have been received as the first point. Maybe Honorable van der Walt, on what point are you rising?
Chair, just on the point where you actually mentioned that we are allowed to raise issues. I do not want to disturb the meeting, but if you will, at the time of closure, allow me to just give a remark on the venue that was used yesterday. If you don't mind, it will be very brief, but I think it's very important that we all note it.
I got you, Honorable van der Walt.
Thank you, Chair.
Okay. We are now on apologies that have been received. If I may just check committee support.
Good morning, Chair, and good morning to members. Chair, I haven't received any apology from the members except the one that is standing off, Mr. Bagram, who is booked off on an injury. Other than that, I don't have any other apology, Chair. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sagasa. So that's the apology that's recorded, and we'll continue to wish Honorable Bagram speedy recovery from that injury. Any other apology that may have not reached the office that member would want to register? If not, I will take it that would note and approve the apology of Honorable Bagram. Honorable van der Walt, if you can lower your hand so that I know at what point it's a new or legacy one. Thank you. I will then, without further waste of time, looking at the platform, we do have the required quorum now to also make a decision on the program. Just a reminder once again that we had indicated yesterday that we take the program to be a living document. That was before the disruption was effective in that building. That it's a living document, and that if there are matters that the committee needs to consider that are also important for public interest, we will do as we usually do, make the necessary application to place the matter on the agenda. But we approve the program so as to have a guiding document in terms of how we proceed in a particular term. So that's very important. I'm raising this because we also agreed yesterday that we may need to call quite early again the registrar, but with the administrators that look at the unions that are under administration to come before the committee so as to take the matters forward with those that are involved at the ground level, like the administrators appointed by the courts. So that would then require that we look at the program. But there was also an indication at the same time from the department that whilst we may want to consider the SONA-related matters next week, there's also a G20 program that may need the ministry senior managers, but also that the portfolio may be invited two or so members to go. So to consider those ones who have something formal and what then gets to be the role of the portfolio committee and then make a call at that point. So I just thought it's important to just foreground this as Mr. Sagasa would be taking us through the program. Mr. Sagasa.
Thank you, Chair. And I hope the program is visible on the screen. Can I get an indication?
On my side, I can see. Not sure with the other.
Yes, I can see, Chair.
Yes.
Yes, we can see it.
All right. Thank you, Honorable Chair, and thank you, members. I will start just by indicating that yesterday, the 12th of February, we had that meeting, which we all know it was disrupted, and now we are continuing with the adoption of the committee program. So next week, which is the 19th of February, we are supposed to be having an analysis by the department on the State of the Nation Address 2025. The following week, followed by the 26th of February, report
Honorable members, I'm not sure it's on my
on
side.
that training.
There's like breakup. I'm not sure if it's on my side or it is on the side.
No, we
of
can only, I can also hear it, Chair.
Okay.
It's not clear, Chairperson.
Yeah, there's a breakup.
Yeah, there's a breakup. So, Mr. Sakasa, if you can just check the positioning so that you can follow. Thank you.
Now audible, sound gone. Can everyone?
It seems we lost him.
Yes, we lost him.
Okay, we'll just give a few minutes, probably we'll reconnect or at least share with one that's on the platform, either Mr. Mkwena or Portia. and then speak to it. We'll get an indication if he's connected. I thought that in a way, whilst he's trying to get back, if the Honorable Van der Walt had an issue to raise, I see it probably is prompted by the venue is again in the program.
Yes,
So,
Chair.
so yes, you can raise the point you wanted to raise because it's in the program, that venue.
Thank you, Chairperson. Chairperson, I'm raising a concern, and I'm very aware that the parliamentary precinct, due to the fire and buildings not being restored yet, that we have a challenge, a huge challenge of finding correct venues. However, I have to raise my concern of using the NSFAS offices. It's not their building. My concern about this, and I am also aware and was informed when I raised this, is that we're not paying for the venue, only the catering if there is catering. But I think we mustn't be hypocrites. The Minister of Higher Education and Training and the administrator of NSFAS came under fire about 5 months ago because NSFAS is paying 2.5 million rand a month for rental. And there was an undertaking to give up that contract and that we move out of there because it's way too expensive. We don't have to be offshore. Students don't get there. So as much as I understand that we need venues, I do not think we should utilize office space of an entity of government which is about to enter contract, which is exorbitant in rent. I do not think that would be fit because we are furiously fighting the issue of that rental amount while students are suffering. And I really wanted to raise it with you with very good constructive intent that we must find another venue. But we can't use a venue where the payment is 2.5 million rand a month and was supposed to have been terminated already. That's my concern, and thank you for allowing me, Chairperson.
Sorry, Honorable Chair, I'm back. So sorry, I don't know what happened. My connection.
Yeah, no, you're back quite at least clear at this time. So if you are able to share the document, but let me also thank Honorable Van der Walt for raising the concerns she has raised with regard to one venue that we are still putting up in the program, which is the NSFAS building that we're in. So it's a matter to consider as we get to apply for the venues. I wouldn't want us to maybe prolong that discussion. There were also other considerations after we saw being on the 16th floor trying to get out. But this is also an important aspect of how we associate ourselves as Parliament if there are issues raised about the building and contracts involved. Are you ready, Mr. Sagasa?
Yes, Chair. Let me share again the program. Is it now visible again, Chair?
Yes, visible, and you are loud and clear. Okay, proceed.
It's visible.
Okay, Chair, I was saying on the 26th of February, there is that training that is to be scheduled there. I can just report that some 2 weeks ago, I approached the members training unit of Parliament so that they can prepare for that training, as it's usually them who do the training. But they came back to me to say that the division manager Ms. Beck is the one who used to approach them, not the individual committee. So it is my unit manager, our section unit manager, emailed the office of Ms. Beck. So that process is still underway. So I'm just reporting that so that the committee is aware that we are still sourcing a service provider through the members training unit for that training on the 26th of February. Moving forward, Chair, the 5th of March, 5 March is the briefing on the labor activation program, adoption of minutes. And then from the 12th and the 19th of March, we start with the quarterly performance report of department in quarter 3, the department and the entities as indicated on the 19th, and the Dell and SEE supported employment enterprises on the 12th. Moving forward, then we have that week which is set aside by Parliament for oversight, of which our cluster is in that week of the 24th to the 28th of March. The committee will remember that they indicated that they would love to go to visit Northwest Province. We have not yet started that process, but we will have to start soon as the committee agrees on this program to start that preparations for that oversight in the farming industry in the Northwest. Then the last entry in the program is the 2nd of April, which would be a briefing regarding progress with implementation of proposed remedial action by AG on the department. And thank you so far, Chair.
You, Mr. Sakasa. Of course, honorable members, informed by also the background we would have given on how we approach a program, I will then give members who would want to comment on the program, including moving for adoption of the program. So we deal with the two in the 9 minutes we have. The Honorable Nonzele, I see your hand. Any other member? Honorable Nonzele, I hope you can hear me. You are recognized. You can proceed.
Thank you, Honorable Chairperson and honorable members. Let me first appreciate and thank the report as presented in terms of that is the program. Before I can propose a motion, Honorable Chairperson, I wanted to check because yesterday we made a commitment that we should, in fact, very soon recall the registrar to come back to clarify a number of issues, including a report on progress that they have made with regard to their office. Also, Chair, of importance is that the registrar's term is coming to an end very soon, meaning that would need to consider that within a reasonable time before the end of his term. So I wanted to check if we are in agreement on that, so that if the secretary then or the committee agrees, then the secretary can then look for that special day to allow the registrar of labor relations to come back to help finalize the outstanding report. Otherwise, I would move for the adoption of the program, Honorable Chair, subject to that amendment. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Nonzele. Honorable Wile, followed by Honorable Zungula, in that order.
Thank you very much, Chair. By the look of things, the report seems to be fine. However, I agree with the previous speaker that we should find a way within time to include the registrar to come and present the outstanding information. Also, Chair, what we said yesterday about the presentation, I would have request that this presentation, especially CCMA, NEDLEC, Productivity SA, UIF, and CF, we must be appraised as to what are they going to present to us, and then so that as political parties, we find a space to prepare for ourselves and be able to prepare relevant questions to these entities. I would move for the adoption with those amendments, Chair. Thanks.
Thank you, Honorable Mukwile. Honorable Zungula, can you, you are recognized, you can proceed.
Thank you, Chair. Good morning, the members and the staff. I am fine with the program, Chair, but perhaps what I wanted maybe to just bring to as a form of, not as a discussion for now, but something maybe that we need to consider. It is the issue of the George building collapse. I know there may have been actions that have been done by the Western Cape government, etc. But I think, Chair, we need as a committee to look into the matter, because there was a lot of violations to the employees, which have led to those unfortunate deaths. So my fear, Chair, is that the longer we proceed or the longer time goes without the committee actually doing something that is tangible or even producing a report, it may happen that the evidence might be lost, there might be some issues, even if it's not in this term, but when via the guidance of the chair, I would like to propose that maybe it's something that remains that remains as something that we need to look into. That is what I wanted to contribute. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Sungula. I'll start with Mr. Sakasa if there's any point he would want to clarify. In particular, where there's been questions, and then I'll try to wrap it up, because at least there's a sense that the program is agreed to, except that we must make amendments in line with what we said is a living program. Honorable Lanzele, want to come back before the responses?
Yes, Honorable Chair. Chair, with regard to, there was this area that you allowed Honorable from DA to talk on the venue we used yesterday. Perhaps I think looking at it with regard to yesterday's events and also with associated problems to the venue, I think it would be helpful for us to avoid for now usage of the venue until all problems, including those the honorable members has cited, that we avoid usage of the venue, and that maybe Parliament be requested to look for alternative venues when looking outside, rather than those that may have challenges. Yeah, the allegations and so on are not the point that we're talking to, but rather to the safety centrally to the members of the committee, and also ensuring that whenever we go to meet outside Parliament, we are at least guaranteed to have successful meetings that cannot at any particular moment be disrupted either by what happened yesterday or anything else. So I would suggest that we agree that the secretary be mandated through you or your office that this matter be urgently attended to. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Nanzale. As you lower your hand, so that if it's a new hand, I'm able to recognize you properly. Mr. Sagasa, do you want to come at this point?
Yes, thank you, Chair. With regards, Chair, to the coming back or calling again the registry and finding a slot, I think we can do that. I would perhaps, with consultation with Chair, look at maybe including it with one of the other items, either the 5th of March or the 12th of March, but we'll consult with Chair, but we're taking consideration of that, Chair. Thank you.
Thank you. Maybe just a few points, honorable members. Honorable Slepe, I didn't see your hand. Apologies, because once I conclude, we'll be closing the meeting. Let me give it to you now. Honorable Slepe, I hope you can hear me.
Thank you very much, Chair, honorable members. I greet you. Let me first start by passing my apology for yesterday. Something urgent happened that I couldn't attend the committee, but I was available indeed. I saw even the transport was waiting for me, but unfortunately, unforeseen circumstances that made me not to be available. By the way, I'm in support of this, Chair. I'm not disputing anything. I'll follow the lead, everything my colleagues are suggesting. I'm in support of that. I thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Slepe. Honorable members, maybe on the first point about the venue, it's something, because I thought maybe Mr. Sakasa would speak to this, that when there's no venue, Parliament would look at these options. But indeed, we'll have to go back, given our experience of yesterday. And I'm sure honorable members will be amenable to that in a situation where Parliament is unable to secure any venue, there remains the option of getting virtual on the day, so that we don't have to come back and discuss venue in that scope. At least that's a matter we can handle. But the concerns are what we are going to be able to put forward. The other issue relates to the George building that collapsed. Just to place it again on record, that initially we would have looked at having it as the first item in this term of the program. But because there's interaction that we have with the department on their readiness to come on any item, and it became clear at the time that they were not ready with the report, as this is a multidisciplinary matter. I know from the media briefing that cluster chairs did, that even from the side of the public works, they're looking at the matter the way that included them looking at getting back to the building itself. So it means those reports are in a way outstanding, which therefore meant that if we proceeded, we're just going to be meeting the department to tell us that that they don't have the report that's ready, as they are also dependent on the other reports to make a consolidated report. So scheduling it at any given time, Honorable Sovola, it is the intention of the committee, as it was, to schedule it for this term. So it's not an issue that we can easily leave out. We also have the same concerns from what we read in papers about what the government in the Western Cape would have said. So we'll still take it that it is what is in the papers until we get the report from the relevant authorities that put that together. Then we are able to entertain the report in that regard. The part of checking a slot, we'll do that. But just to emphasize the point that we're looking at the registrar and the administrators, so that we have the better view of what is happening in that space, and of course taking into account the time lapses between the registrar and even the administrators. We would have that considered, honorable members, so there's no issue there. On the part of the reports, the understanding, Honorable Mukwele, is that these are your quarterly reports. So this will be the quarter 3 report, which helps the committee to measure the performance of the department in terms of its APP, the targets set, but as well as a standing item we have on how that improves even their audit outcomes. So it's more of statutory that we are doing that work of receiving quarterly reports as part of our oversight. So that's really that you can prepare along those lines. With that having been said, honorable members, so that I don't keep you here when you have your party caucuses you're attending to, that the program has then been moved and seconded, and there's not been any objection. So this is now going to be the program that guides the committee as adopted by this committee. With that having been said, let me thank you for making time once again to allow the committee to do its work. And the meeting therefore stays adjourned until we are reconvened. If there's any communication to give about the 19th, like we said, we'll then communicate accordingly once there's formality to it. Meeting stays adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Chair.